Good evening, everyone. I trust you can now see and hear us. I know you can because there's an echo from within the room. So my name's Steve Corry, the organizer for the Lunar Trail Challenge. So thank you very much for registering, and I hope you'll enjoy the Trail Challenge on Friday night and Saturday morning. With me is Rainer. I will not try and pronounce his family name.
Rainer Duisburg. I'm from TRAILME, and I assist tonight Steve on the topic of the TRAILME app.
So first of all, this evening, I'll just talk through a couple of reminders and talk through the course a little bit so you know what to expect on Friday night. And then Rainer will talk about TrailMe, which is the app we're using for timing and also to enable your friends and family to follow you as you run through the course. So before I talk about the gear, so this is the second Lunar Trail Challenge we've held. The first one was in December, and we were delighted to have 90 runners in December for a different course for this one. There was a 53K finishing in Sai Kong on that occasion. The reason why we decided to do the Lunar Trail Challenge is just to give some runners something a bit different. So there's lots of virtual races in Hong Kong where people choose what day to go out. We still need to social distance, of course. There's still a maximum group size of 2, but we at least want to get the Hong Kong trail community out on the trails at the same time. So hopefully as you're running, hopefully you'll see the headlamp of someone else ahead of you or behind you, and you'll still feel part of the community out on the trails together. So the good news is Friday night, the conditions should be perfect. The weather should be fine and calm and warmer than it has been recently. So it should be very comfortable. There's still some things you need to bring in terms of gear. So please do remember to bring a mask and a Ziploc bag when you're running. The Ziploc bag's important because you need your mask when you stop at 7-Eleven and you don't want to be putting a sweaty mask back on your face. Also, remember your octopus card or money because you do need the 7-Elevens along the route to stock up on food and hydration. Also, make sure your phone is fully charged because you do need TrailMe and also the GPX file to navigate. And I also strongly suggest you have the PDF directions file saved on your phone. I updated that file just 2 days ago, so please do download the latest one because there were some images missing previously. Do bring a headlamp and either a spare battery or a spare headlamp because you never know when your headlamp can have a problem. At the start, I'll also be checking that you at least have one food item and that you have enough water. For those of you doing the 60K, the first section is 21 kilometers with no shops until you get to Sham Tseng. For those of you doing the 40K, the first section's 18 kilometers before you get to the 7-Eleven stop. I also suggest you bring a small bottle of hand sanitizer to use before you enter the 7-Elevens. First aid kit is always a good idea. I do say waterproof jacket, but you know, it should be fine. And it should be quite warm as well. Please do remember social distancing. So I do hope that the largest number of people we see together is 2, as per this picture from the finish last time. At the start, please do make sure you're spread out if there are other runners around. And then I will be at the start point. So please approach me. I will wave at you just to check you in. And I will just ask that you have some of those gear items. And then I will direct you to someone from TrailMe who will just check that you have the best phone settings for you to be able to use TrailMe during the challenge. Please keep your masks on until you've started running. For those of you doing the 40K, the start point is through a village, so please keep your mask on until you start going up the stairs out of the village. So a quick mention of the start point. For those of you doing the 60K, it's the bus interchange at Tai Lam Tunnel on the northbound direction. So if you're coming from Kowloon or Hong Kong Island on a bus, this is the side that you get off. And there is a 7-Eleven kiosk there to buy any food or drinks last minute. There's no recycling bins, so please do bring your water, your hydration system, your bladder full so that you're not having to buy plastic bottles. The course, so this is showing a whole 60K course. The first section, the first 21K is mostly quite runnable. There's a lot of small up and down, but there are no big climbs. There's nothing like Tai Mo Shan or Pat San Lang, so quite runnable. The middle section from Sham Tseng to Tsuen King Circuit, which is the first half of the course if you're doing the 40K, is where most of the elevation is. So it starts with quite a steep concrete path, and the first 5K of that section is quite a lot of climbing before you then go down on runnable trail again. The last part of the course, or the second half of the course for the 40K, is again small up and downs with lots of runnable. There's a little bit of catch water, there's a little bit of road, and then a lot of runnable trail. So again, no big climbs. For those of you that are doing the 60K, you may feel tired at that second 7-Eleven stop. There's a taxi stand, there are buses. That will be tempting to quit. So remember, you're 2/3 done. You've done the hard work. Keep going, because the last part of the course has some very nice trail through forest. If you're doing the 40K, it's the second half. Don't quit even if you're tired, because all of the hard work is in the first half of the course. Okay, so for those of you in the 60K, the actual start point, we will show you where it is, because this is where TrailMe will be helping you with your phone. Is through a gap in the fence on this road, it's Pat Hong Road. You then have 6K of trail, which you're not really going to get lost. There are not many intersections. You do need to follow the GPX and keep looking at TrailMe every now and then. But there's nowhere where you should get too confused until 6.3K. You're on Maclehose, I think it's stage 10 at this point. It would be very easy to go up the road, but instead you want to go left onto trail. So just be careful at that point. Likewise, 10.3K, you're on a Maclehose for the second time. You've just done about 1 kilometer of downhill road. It would be very easy to keep going downhill on the road, but you need to go off to the left and follow the sign to Siu Lam. Excuse my pronunciation, because you want to follow the bottom of the Tai Lam Tunnel reservoir. So be careful at the 10K point there. You keep following the Tai Lam Tunnel reservoir on the bottom. It's mostly flat, runnable trail at this point. There's another point here where it'd be very easy to go off by going straight. Instead, you want to go left and go up the hill. There'll be another 1 kilometer of uphill road at this point before you are then going to get into more runnable trail. So this is where you go off the road onto the runnable trail on the right. There is a river with a bridge going over. So that's where you know to go off onto the trail. And after this point, like I said, very nice runnable trail for the next couple of kilometers. At one point, you're going to cross the road. Just go straight across the road and down the other side and stay on the trail. It's actually, you might not see the trail on the other side. You might just see the road going left or right. So look on the other side of the road and stay on the trail. So another couple of kilometers of trail, then you're going to get to about a 3 kilometer section of downhill road. Near the bottom, you're almost in Sham Tseng. So you would naturally think keep going down, but actually there's a little uphill part here. So this is another point where you could very easily go off. So there's another uphill just for 100 meters, and then you're going to go down again and keep going down to Sham Tseng. You'll go down to Sham Tseng on a concrete path, and you'll come to this point. You'll see the expressway over top, and you'll go, what do I do here? You can't really see it here, but there's a small gap in the fence. So look for that yellow fence and just go to the small gap here. Those of you who have done Ultra Trail Tai Lam will know there's a checkpoint here for Ultra Trail Tai Lam. We are going in a different direction to Ultra Trail Tai Lam, but in the same place. So you're at 21K, you need to go across the road to 7-Eleven. It's a 24-hour 7-Eleven, and then back across the road to continue. For those of you doing the 40K, this is your start point, and outside the 7-Eleven is where we will check you in. And the 60K and the 40K runners will come together at this point to continue the rest of the course. Straight after the 7-Eleven, you do go through this village, turn right here, don't go right into the village, you're going to turn right, go up the hill. There are some elderly in this village, so please do keep your mask on until you start going upstairs outside the village. You're then going to have concrete trail, a concrete path, narrow concrete path going up. It will feel like it goes for quite a long way. It's a couple of kilometers. Keep following it. Don't turn left, don't turn right. Just keep going straight on the concrete path. You'll go through another village, and then eventually you'll come out onto this road. You cross the road. So you come out, turn left, but then instantly cross and go off the road to the other side here onto dirt trail for about 1 kilometer. Then you will meet the Maclehose route twist, and you will follow that for another couple of kilometers, 2 or 3, partly flat, partly uphill. And then you'll get to the top of the Maclehose and you'll turn left. And then there's another place where you can go wrong. So the road here splits in two. It'd be very easy to keep going straight, but you need to just angle off to the left. This little work they're doing here with the digger machine, that's still there because I went past last weekend. So when you see this digger and this work, go off to the left. And another 200 meters after that, you could very easily keep going down the road, but you need to turn left onto a trail. So make sure you don't miss this one. From this point, you've got about 3 kilometers of very, very nice trail, which is runnable through the forest. Some of it's flat, some of it is downhill. And that will bring you to Hopoi Reservoir. I hope I got the name right. Where you run past the reservoir across the wall, and then you'll go under the sign saying Reservoir Family Walk. It would be very easy to go straight and run around the reservoir some more, but you do not want to do that. You need to go left here and go up some stairs. So you go up the stairs, that will bring you on to more trail through the forest for another 3 kilometers before a hard left turn where you'll see this sign. There's actually 2 intersections that look similar. You need to go past the first one. You'll go past a stream, and then you get to this intersection. So keep looking at the GPX file. So this will be uphill for about 800 meters. There'll be a more road, which starts with a short uphill, but then there's a downhill for a couple of kilometers before you get onto trail again. And after 36 kilometers, for those of you doing the 60K, or this would be 15 kilometers if you're doing the 40K, you get to this place where you can't really see where the trail goes. So there's some concrete structures at this point, which you can see in the picture. Just keep going to the right. And that will bring you on to narrow concrete path, which goes downhill for a couple of kilometers down to Tsuing King Circuit for the next 7-Eleven. Those of you who have done Trans NT will know that concrete path. It's the last 3K of Trans NT. When you're almost at the bottom, you'll cross a catch water. Don't turn left or right onto the catch water. Keep going down. You'll come out onto a road where you turn left, and then the 7-Eleven is here, where you can get more food and liquids. This is where I say it's very tempting to quit, because there's buses, there's taxis, you can sit down, there's 7-Eleven, but you've already done the hard work now. The rest of the course is easier. So keep going. Around the road a little bit, you will see a car park. You need to go around the back of the car park onto a concrete path. And after a kilometer, you'll then need to take a left onto a narrow trail. This is another place which is easy to miss or get lost, so you really need to follow the GPX here. This trail is not used by any other trail racers. It's not often used by hikers. It is a clear trail. It's not bushwhacking, but you may not have been here before, so just be careful at this point. That will bring you out onto a catch water for about 1 kilometer. You'll go up a road for about 200 meters, and then you need to turn right onto another catch water section. Very easy to see. You just need to know you need to turn here. Otherwise, you go up the road to Tai Lam Tunnel, which you don't want to do. So 500 meters of catch water, and then instead of going straight, you need to turn left onto concrete path, which goes up, and you'll have this intersection in the concrete path. It'd be easy to go straight, but on this one, you need to go left and then keep following it. You'll go through a village. You'll go through a famous dim sum restaurant, which many people that go running on Tai Lam Tunnel finish at this restaurant. You'll go past that, turn right onto this road, and now you have a road section for about 1.5 kilometers. Keep going straight again until you come to this intersection where you need to go right, and then go look for a trail with the sign saying catch water. You're not going to go down to the catch water again, but just make sure you go right here. There's a sign on the left saying village don't enter. That's why I say angry villagers. It's a bit of a joke. I didn't actually meet the villagers, but they have a sign warning you don't go into their village. So go down onto the trail here. You now have about 1 kilometer of very nice runnable trail. Then you have a little uphill bit on concrete path and road. And then you're going to go onto the Lungmun Country Trail, which is 5 kilometers of very nice trails through the forest. And you'll get some nice nighttime views. I'm sure you will like this part. So this here is the start of the Lungmun Country Trail. When you finish that trail, you'll go down some steps towards Shingmun Reservoir, go across the road down the other side here. Then you'll see the reservoir right in front of you. You turn right and go past the minibus stop, which everyone will know if you've been to this area. And then you go to the Shingmun barbecue site here. At this point, you rejoin Mac stage 6, but you're going in the opposite direction from the MAC. So most of you will know this place very, very well, I'm sure. Lots of races come past this place, and there is public toilets, vending machines. So follow the reverse MAC 6. You'll be tempted to keep going down Golden Hill Road, but here we're actually going to do Golden Hill. So you go off to the right and up some stairs into the forest. Mostly go straight, follow the GPX until you get to this place. It's some kind of telecom signal tower. Turn left here. This will be very easy to miss. This will bring you onto technical downhill trail. For those of you that did Lunar Trail Challenge 1 with us in December, it's the same course, but the opposite direction. Another kilometer, this is an intersection easy to miss. It's more clear to go to the left. Actually, you want to go to the right, down some stairs. Be careful because the stairs are not well maintained. There's some metal things sticking up you could trip on, so be careful. At the bottom of those stairs, you come out to more trail, a little bit more road. You'll come out to Taipo Road, which is another place you'll know well. Instead of rejoining the MAC here, which is off to the left, we actually want to go off to the right. And then a couple of 100 meters later, instead of going onto Eagle's Nest Trail, you want to keep going straight down. This is very hard to see. It doesn't really look like there's a trail there, but there is. It's clear open trail, but it branches many ways. So just keep going down until you find Taipo Road again, where you'll cross that footbridge, go up the other side, and then left down into a temple complex. Don't worry too much about how you go through the temple. There's like 3 different ways. Just keep going down and you will get to the exit. So you'll then go over another footbridge on the other side. Just keep going down, down again to the bottom of the footbridge, and you're almost finished. You've only got another 400 meters of concrete steps going down. Then you're back into the urban area for 2 blocks until you finally reach the finish. Well done. So you've finished 60K, it's actually 60.4, or you've finished the 40K, which is actually 39.8. Do another 200 meters if you want to. This 7-Eleven is 24 hours, and there's bus stop, minibus, there's MTR stations either direction for you to get home, depending on what time it is. So that is the course. I've gone through that very quickly, but hopefully that gives you an idea of what to expect. One other thing I want to mention is we do have a photo competition, as we did for Lunar Challenge 1. If you see a very nice night view, or you have a very creative shot of the trail at night, stop and take a picture and send it to me afterwards. Admin@lunartrailchallenge.com. Just reply to your registration email, because Gone Running are giving 4 500 Hong Kong dollar vouchers for the best 4 images. So take a picture and send that afterwards. Also, there are some prizes from T8 from T8. For the fastest runners, there are some shorts and some other goodies. So have a go and see if you can finish in one of the top positions to get a prize as well. So I will now hand over to Rainer from TrailMe, and he will talk you through some of the main points for TrailMe. Before we do that though, do we have any questions on the course? If we do, I'm not sure how to actually view them anyway. Maybe we leave that to the end. I'll let Rainer talk about TrailMe, which is a great resource for runners. You can see your own progress. You can see where other runners are, if they're behind you, in front of you. But also it's great for your friends and family to see where you are. They can see you moving through the course. So your friends and family don't have to sleep on Friday night, Saturday morning. They can follow you running. Rainer.
Yes. Thank you, Steve. I'm very delighted to take you through the TrailMe activities. But first of all, I think appreciate when you explain the course, this kind of uniqueness of the course and the challenge going by night 40 and 60 kilometers. So part of the journey and part of the experience is that we offer to all of you the use of TrailMe. So, and I will guide you through the settings and the appropriate steps to make sure that your experience is well received.
I just click on the arrow. It's easier.
So TrailMe itself is not just only the apps, but is also part of a full ecosystem, to say, or a platform. And I would recommend that you have a chance to go to the website trailme.com.hk to see more information around the events which we propose to participate, or in general, the events which are happening here in Hong Kong in the trail running community. But let me take you through the most essential things. If you have not done, please start immediately to download the app either from the Google Play Store or from the Apple App Store and start installing your app and building up or signing up for your own account. If you have done that, then please prepare your user settings and the app settings. The user settings are mainly the standard parameters or the standard information about name, experience level, birthday, gender, and the emergency number. Some of these informations either will you have the chance to provide them upfront through the user settings, or we will ask you about these information in particular when you register, and you will see this for this Lunar event if you have not done that already. There are also some very nice opportunities to get more information during the race. If you switch on the sound or the vibration, every 200 to 500 meters, you will have a small beep or sound that can remind you that you're still on the track. Or you can have a finisher SMS if you switch that on in the appropriate, in the corresponding app settings. What you need to do after you have registered and built up your account, you go into the app and you search for in the events, which is the left bottom switch to say, or tab, and you search for the Lunar Trail Challenge, which is in this time the Lunar Trail Challenge 2, the 4 reservoirs, and you click into this, you search for your distance, whether it's a 40 kilometer or 60 kilometer course you plan to do, and you register, and then you confirm this registration. Pretty straightforward. You just click through and you see all the details in the next screen, which you either have filled already before or you fill in at this point. You can choose your experience level, your birthday, your gender, and the emergency number. We also ask you for the gender age group. And if you have done all that, then you will receive, or you get in the next step, the so-called virtual bib number. So we avoid that we distribute the physical bib numbers. You will more or less instantly receive, or if you have done this already, you have seen that a virtual bib number. That is all you can do already today, tonight or tomorrow during the day, to prepare yourself and your mobile phone or your app to get ready for the start. Don't press start running at this moment, because you're not at the start and you're not running. So if you have different phones, we have the challenge to get your phone ready with the standard settings of your phone. Every phone or every brand has slightly different settings. That makes our life sometimes a little bit difficult. In order to help you for that, please have a check on our website on trailme.com.hk resources. You find individual prepared or individual brand specific setting instruction, whether you have a Samsung, a Xiaomi, a Sony, a LG, or just an Apple, and you can find the individual settings. We will also be there at the start to make sure all goes smooth and we can double check all these settings. But it would be helpful if you have a chance and if you take your time to go through this instruction and make sure your phone has the right settings. It's just sometimes 1, 2, 3, 4 switches or clicks you need to do to make sure you are in good shape with your phone. What we mainly need is during the race is you need to probably have best rebooted your phone so nothing is in the cache or not technical issues having inside of the phone. But we switch on Bluetooth, we switch on 3G, and you can switch on optional the notification for receiving your TrailMe notes, which can say how far are you away from the checkpoint or what is your ranking in the race. We also have provided, or we provide some nice introduction videos, how to register, how to watch a race, how to enter a race, which are just easy to find. If you go to YouTube and you search for TrailMe, you will find them. Which Steve already mentioned, if you have friends or family or supporters who wants to watch you, they just have to do the first steps in the same way. They download the app, they register or sign up for an account. And when the race is on, the race will be shown up as live. And they can go into the live section and they just go into the course of 40 or 60 kilometers. And they need to add you or your friends or the other people or persons they want to see to the live stream. They can do this if they are on the map. Go up to the bottom button, which is called ranking. And then when you do so on the right screen, you see all these people listed up, either their start or in racing mode, and you have to add them and with a switch to the live tracking. If you do so, you will see them in the middle 1 or 2 screens activated for following and tracking. So that's a nice opportunity to let your friends participate in your race and be excited like all of us to see you running and racing and finishing. So that's probably from our side for the technical side, but as Steve said, we will be at the site to make sure that technically and experience-wise you have the best starting point for that.
There was a question and comment. I don't know how to review it.
So we are ready here to take any questions you have. Then you please unmute, and then we can follow up this here online.
There's a couple of typed comments.
Okay. Hello, can you hear? Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I just want to know if I come across accident during in process of the racing, like in the meantime I get lost. Anybody I can call maybe in the midnight time, maybe everybody is in sleeping. So during that time,
yeah. Call me. Well,
but,
first, if you have a serious incident, call emergency services first. But if
yes.
you look at the bottom of your registration email, you should see my number. So I will be there the whole night. If necessary, I can go onto the trail and find someone. The good thing with TrailMe is we'll have a good idea of where you are. But yeah, you should see my phone number at the bottom of the registration email.
So that number is always available.
Yes.
If okay. And for the TrailMe app, I have a friend they failed to download and it's tried many methods, but failed to set up in the phone. Can he to go to the checking point earlier to find someone to help him to set the app in his phone?
Yes, here's Rainer speaking. For sure, we can do this. If you want to have your friend joining, we can do early enough the setup and the setting there. No problem. On the other side, I appreciate also if you send us or me an email, which is also on our page service@uhay.com.hk. So we would maybe call your friend, and we can do it already
Okay.
on time before the race, which is easier, less stress in the Wi-Fi. Make sure that everyone thinks, or just send us an email. So we were happy to assist you already upfront and before the race.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay. I'll ask him to do. Thank you. Okay. Bye.
There was a couple of other questions.
Hello.
Okay, we will record.
I have
session just now, so yes, we can make the recording available to answer one question in the chat. And yes, another question.
Yes.
Yeah, Steve, it's Andy. Thanks very much for organising this, by the way. You mentioned earlier about a GPX file. That's not something I'm familiar with. What can you talk about that a little bit?
Yes, so if you go back onto the Lunar Trail Challenge website, you'll see GPX download. So
okay.
Download that onto your phone and then go to the App Store. There's a lot of different apps you can use. I use one called GPX Viewer. Just make sure you've got the app installed and you've downloaded the file, and then I will help you at the start point.
Oh, sounds good. So GPX Viewer is recommended then?
Yeah, there's a lot of different ones. That's the one I use.
Sounds good. Thanks.
No problem. I think someone else had a question as well.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes. I cannot register at the TRAILME app. So.
Are you Marco?
Why that is?
Hello, here's Rainer Duisburg speaking. Are you Marco?
Yes, I am.
Yes, yes. Let's take also that directly with you. I would need any, let's say, contact info. Can you type that email address in?
Which we have it already. I can.
Yeah. Well, I have. Here we have the email address. Let me send you tomorrow an email or call you tomorrow.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions from anyone on the meeting? Otherwise, don't. If you do have any problems or questions, don't worry. We'll both be at the start point, so we can talk to you then and assist you with any questions. And we'll also see you at the finish point as well. So enjoy the challenge on Friday and Saturday morning. We hope you'll enjoy it and find the course a very satisfying one to run. And we'll see you on Friday night and Saturday morning.
Also from my side, we will see you and happy to assist and get you to the finish line and make you a finisher.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone, and have a good evening. Good night.